Hello, Reddit Rabbit here, welcome to another video on AskReddit. Today we will be looking at the AskReddit question. What are some cheat codes you've found in the game of life? Several times in life I've cold called a company to confirm my interview time. I didn't have one prior to my call, but in their confusion and inability to even find my resume I've managed to secure an interview about 4 out of 5 times. Twice I've gotten the job. You can mute the self-checkout kiosks. You can also increase the volume on all of them just before your departure. Unexpected item in bagging area. Smiling is fucking magic. You can hear a smile through the phone. And of course people can see it on your face. People often return a smile with a smile, which spreads positivity. Smiling can actually make you happier, which is a nice feedback loop to be in. Fake it till you make it. Smiles and confidence will open doors for you in life. When my daughter was little and still believed band-aids cured things, one time she had a bellyache, so I put one on her belly and it made her feel better. Power of placebos. When I was in my old 500+ person building, I kept a stack of papers on my desk. When I was bored, or got tired of sitting down, I'd get up, grab my stack of papers and walk around. I called them my walking papers and did this for months. Got a lot of head nods and not one question the entire time. People always assumed I was on an important mission, but nope. Not in the least. My friend is a janitor at a pretty new school. Not much broken stuff, so on his downtime he walks the building rather quickly with whatever tool he decides. The teachers and staff always think he's going to fix something. Lol. I work at a steel mill and do the same thing when things are slow on day shift. Nobody is going to question or follow the guy carrying a shovel. Wouldn't they immediately know it's a ruse because there was just one guy and not another 4 to watch you dig? Take a $1 bill and flip it over. Now tape a $5 bill and tape it to the end of the upside down single with as little tape as possible to make it secure. Now feed the $5 bill into a change machine. The coin machine reads the 5, gives you quarters, then reads the upside down single, rejects that, and boom, you got yourself a felony. This is the caliber of post I was expecting. Actual cheat codes. Not be nice to your family and, surprise, they won't hate you. Thank you. Niceness gets you everywhere. I get free shit from being nice. And no, it's not because I'm a cute girl. Because I'm not. I'm an overweight, balding man. People respond to niceness. I've befriended the Comcast customer support person. I've befriended the most disliked, crotchety person in our office. I get special treatment at my cafeteria because I treat the service staff like actual human beings. I get fees waived because I asked nicely. Be nice. It costs little and is worth a lot. Once you unlock not giving a fuck about other people's thoughts, you basically double your mana indefinitely. How does one unlock said skill? I don't see it in my tree. If you have no complaints about your food service/staff at a restaurant, ask to see the manager and pay a compliment and a thank you about the server/host/staff. Usually people want to see a manager to complain, and a compliment is nearly always welcome. I've gotten countless free drinks/appetizers/chips/% off my bill. All for just making a polite comment to management. You probably caused many heart attacks until they realized you wanted the manager for good reasons. Wanted to say this. We had a girl that we absolutely adored. So we asked for a manager to compliment her and she immediately sat down with us and asked if everything was okay. Lol. Her concern was precious. I had a professor in college who, while lecturing, suddenly let out a huge fart. Without pausing, he turned his head as if talking to someone behind him, said "Gesundheit," and continued lecturing as if nothing had happened. It immediately diffused any potential awkwardness and embarrassment, and I vowed to use the same strategy if the same thing ever happened to me in front of a large crowd of people. What a power move. I heard a story of a lawyer doing it while giving a closing argument in trial. He farted, looked up at the judge, and said strike that from the record. My fav line for this is, did you hear that asshole talking shit behind my back? First time I heard it I was in tears. I let one rip once and my uncle said not bad for a 1-inch speaker. Could not stop laughing. Not a cheat code, but an Easter egg. If you ask someone if they know all the words to I'm a Little Teapot, around 80% of the people you ask will start singing it. Half of those will do the gestures. I'm at a tattoo studio right now and I asked the £300, intimidatingly tattooed owner of the shop if he knew the words to I'm a Little Teapot. Without hesitation he started reciting it while doing the pantomimes. Impressive. Walk with a purpose. For some reason, people think you're busy and you don't get hassled. No one stops a guy or girl carrying a pizza. It can get you backstage to concerts. I've always wondered, what exactly do you do once you get backstage? Eat the pizza. I went to see Busy P live at a festival. When it was his turn to perform he walked through the audience before going on stage. I reached out to try and get a selfie, but his security saw this as a huge no-no and launched over to protect him on his way to the stage. This included the guard that was guarding the backstage entrance. They left the gate wide open. I glanced at my friend and we both smiled and nodded at the same time as we sneaked our way into the backstage. For some reason everyone backstage was extremely friendly, which I did not expect. Some guy saw us and noticed we weren't holding a drink and immediately served us 2 Grey Goose screwdrivers. Lots of food and booze, lots of friendly people, great view of the stage. My dad worked as a line mechanic and kept his hard hat into management in his trunk. I asked him why, and he said you can go anywhere with a hard hat and a tie. Also, I delivered pizzas, and although I never delivered to a concert, security was incredibly lax when I needed access to areas that were restricted. There was actually a delivery though. I am an assistant teacher in a preschool. Asking if kids can use their sitting muscles and listening muscles during circle time makes the kids want to show me how strong they are. All good and well until some kid flexes their sitting muscles too hard and suddenly you've got a poopy pants emergency. You become the people you surround yourself with. A pretty wise ex-drug user I worked with once told me, if you hang around the barbershop long enough, eventually you're going to get a haircut. Basically, watch the crowd and the activities you surround yourself with. Damn, that's surprisingly deep. I mentally went through all of my hobbies just now and realized I picked up most of them because someone close to me influenced me into trying them out. If any website offers a percentage coupon code like 10% off, try higher values like 20% off, they often have them. Yeah, I'm going straight for 100% off and working my way down from there. Try 200% off and see if they'll actually pay you to take their product. I have a heated throw blanket in my living room in the winter. I wrap my coat up in it, crank up the heat and in a few minutes, my coat is toasty warm so I can brave the coldest day. Also toss your jeans in the dryer for 15 minutes on a cold morning and you will have similarly warm jeans. It's a nice perk if you have guests over too. Hey, take off your pants and let me warm those babies up. You can borrow almost all of your textbooks from the library as a college student because of modern book rental agreements most colleges have. WorldCat allows you to be linked to almost any library in America. And all you have to do is find your book in the system and fill out a request form at a library and it should be there in a week. I've saved probably $2,000 doing this in my first 2 years of college. All of my courses now require an online code to do the mandatory homework assignments, which you can only try by buying a textbook full price. Or you can buy just the code for $20 less. So only $130 instead. How generous. I cannot overstate how much dressing well and being well groomed will impact your life. It'll drop the difficulty by 2 or 3 levels. No joke. People will treat you vastly differently. The opposite is also true. I did this but took it a step further, got my hideously misaligned teeth fixed. Got braces as an adult, highly recommended if you never had it sorted as a kid. And holy shit did the money spent pay for itself in no time. Think about it, the less resistance there is to a person wanting to make eye contact with you, the longer and more in-depth your engagements will be with those people, and the more confident you are in turn. This can lead to better jobs, promotions, etc. Yeah, probably should have mentioned it's more of a pay-to-win than a cheat code, but this actually does create a real sense of pride and accomplishment for the money spent. Underpromise and overperform. Say you'll achieve less than you think you will and then do more and everyone will be impressed. Works well at a job. My boss does a good job of keeping track of what you've been able to do in the past and always asking for more than that. I get that he's trying to develop his employees, but it's fucking annoying not getting credit for 95% of the project but you already knew how to do that. I always tell my girlfriend to be ready for 2 minutes of terrible sex. Oftentimes I make it up to 4 minutes of just bad sex. My man. If you're genuinely pleasant to be around and you show up when it counts, people will let you get away with a lot of slacking off. Can confirm. One of the reasons my boss puts up with a lot of my shit is because I do my job. I show up when scheduled, unless I'm sick as a dog or I have a family emergency, and I don't cause drama. Thanks for watching this episode of Ask Reddit. I really appreciate your time, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe for more dank content.